am not just New York City's favorite real estate broker. I'm also New York City's favorite upscale party planner. You have the pleasure of speaking with Rupert.
Hey, Rupert, I'm putting together a bar mitzvah for my son and needed to find a venue.
I have a hall in Midtown ready for you. Shall I book?
Is Zuzu Rupert, broker sports utility with quick booking off the line? Is Zuzu Rupert? No?
This man speaks a language I don't understand, and I understand everything.
Can the chef make kosher pigs in blankets that are Nutrisystem safe?
No.
The house chef
is the magnifique Auguste Gaston. Is this man kidding with Rupert?
One more quick question for you. Could the hall have a couple of dancing poles?
This is when Rupert calls the police, not because he has stripper poles at his son's bar mitzvah, but this is when the man asked me to make a video to play for his son. No sir, creepy man. The box score starts now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the box score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, aside from a pair of hockey games this weekend, sports fans really got a case of the summer doldrums this past weekend. Now, Seton, is the upcoming sports slowdown a welcome change of pace for you guys?
No, I would much rather have a billion things going on than just baseball. Because it's better to have more stuff to talk about, you know?
Yeah, well, we got the next couple weeks should be fun. You got NHL, you got UEFA. No, you got the Belmont. I do like once in a while having days where we have some room. I wouldn't want those 5 days a week, but like today we have a little more room to play with, and we got some fun topics.
So it's like the third day of having room.
But and also, dude, the monster that is NFL always inserts itself in these slow times.
Sure.
Like, we were talking about a story, and everybody else was. Not only did he not sign a contract yet, the fact that Cam Newton is close to signing a contract was like the first headline on ESPN.com. Yeah. They didn't even sign it, and it's June, and that is taking over the whole ESPN universe.
Slow days is never good news for the Danettes, especially a couple specifically, because that's usually when it's like, Fritzy, who left this piece of paper here? What is this piece of paper? Like, you find anything to get in trouble, or it's like, oh, boy,
yeah, but when things are busy in the fall, Dan is more tired. Dan is, and we're not staying up late for the, and also we're not staying up late for the finals. Like, that's a cranky time.
That is
finals are a cranky time.
A little crammy.
Well, we also have the NBA Finals, and of course, to get us ready for that, you guys booked Shaquille O'Neal. And DP and Shaq talked about how differently his career might have gone in Los Angeles with the Lakers.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Well, I think if Karl Malone stayed healthy, we would have beat Detroit that year, and we would have went to the finals 4 out of 5 years. Or championships. No way you can break this team up then.
Would you have retired a Laker?
I would have liked to. You know, that was the plan.
He sounded like he was about 70 there. I mean, Shaq had some good stuff, though.
He definitely said in bed. There's no doubt about that he was in bed laying down.
Getting ready for his new podcast.
Yeah, we were probably his first interview of the day. Would be surprising, and so he may have been just easing into the day. Shaq gave us a couple good tidbits, though. He's not not going to give you too much. He's going to save it. But he gave us a couple good things on Karl Malone and the fact that he would take Kobe over LeBron, but he said it's really close. But one of those where I was kind of hoping there's a no-loss answer there. If he says he takes Kobe over LeBron, gold. He says takes LeBron over Kobe, LA gold, which is gold as well.
Hey, Fritzy, were you surprised not to hear anything out of the Michael Jordan camp regarding Bill Laimbeer's comments on the show last week?
I wasn't surprised. I would have liked to have heard something. You know, we've reached out. You know, we reached out to all the appropriate parties to get MJ on through the Hornets and his personal agent. And you know, if I'm MJ, you know, there's no need to. Only something negative can come out of feeling like you need to have a retort to what Bill Laimbeer told us. It would have been great for our show, and it would have been huge. We've been trying to get Jordan on for a long time, and then to have him come on top of something that was said on our show would have been fantastic. But I think he's like Paulie was saying earlier, like he's like this huge figure that's not on Twitter, doesn't do the social media thing. I think he wisely knows that he's such an icon. There's only negative things could probably come out of doing an interview or putting something in a few characters at this point. So he's just going to kind of go about his business.
Well, Paulie, you had mentioned it. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Shaq telling us who he would take, LeBron or Kobe.
I play with both of them, and You know, Kobe has that killer instinct, and I'll probably have to go with Kobe. That's not a knock against LeBron. It's just that I know Kobe, and you know, I play with him longer, and I'll see what he can do.
Does LeBron not have that killer instinct?
Yes, he does, but you know, a lot of people try to compare him to Mike when he's more like Magic.
I don't know about Shaq. He said not take this as a knock, but when we're talking about who's better, Kobe or LeBron, and you say Kobe, that's kind of a knock. And also, I was expecting him just to walk around the whole set. You know how some people like don't answer? It kind of tied. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm the master of that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go and not answer either guy, so at least he gave us something. It was a good headline.
But LeBron's, or I'm going to say, Shaq's not a scared guy. He's going to give you an answer, especially with Dan. Dan's not going to let him go. But he also knows, like, I think Shaq is also smart enough to say, like, hey, I'm taking Kobe over LeBron by this much. It's not a slam. It could be tweaked that way. But I'm curious to see if, I was really curious to see if it went the other way. If he had happened to say LeBron is a better player than Kobe, I play with both, it would have been, that would have been something. And he would have had a lot of facts on his side. But Kobe's got 5 on his side. So it would have been fun to see the LA reaction if it went the other way.
Hey, McLovin can't resist telling everyone that he went to the same high school as Kobe. Paulie, out of the remaining 3 Danettes, do you guys have any classmates in high school and college to reach that level of fame?
That level of fame? In my high school, Rodney Harrison was a freshman when I was a senior. There was a girl in my class, Shonda Rhimes. She's not a household name, but in Hollywood, she's pretty famous. She created Grey's Anatomy in those shows.
I had a lot of famous people go to Lincoln High School in Brooklyn, but during the time I was there, I graduated before like the whole Marbury thing. So I don't think in the time that I was at
I thought someone
Lincoln
else,
High
like,
School.
but not athletes, some other famous person went to Lincoln High School. You mentioned a while back. That was
Marbury?
Really, not Marbury. It's like,
Fair.
but it was like someone who was
Telfair.
not an athlete. I gotta look this up.
Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
Seriously, Barbra Streisand, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
I-
big.
Yeah, but I thought you meant
That's
like during the
expert.
time
Lincoln
we were
is-
there. Arthur
It's the most-
Miller,
No.
Arthur Miller.
Lee Mazzilli.
Lee Mazzilli? Barbra Streisand's a worldwide figure.
And who's the one that's, you know, mayonnaise? What's his?
Louis Gossett
Yeah,
Jr.
Louis Gossett
Nice.
Jr. went to
Yeah,
Lincoln High School.
Oh, that's just Neil Diamond too, right?
Neil Diamond.
He got
yeah.
that from the,
I
you know,
think
they
Neil
had no
Diamond and Neil
mayonnaise
Sedaka.
at lunchtime at
Neil
Lincoln
Sedaka.
High
There you
School.
go. There was a lot.
How about yours?
Not during my period of time.
Tommy Kelly, the old Twins manager. He went
Do you think
to
there's someone
high
you don't
school.
know?
Pretty good.
I did, yeah. You know what? There's this like woman, this model named Vita Guerrera or something like that. And she's famous. She's sort of like a Maxim FHM, and apparently she went to my high school at the same time I was there, and I have absolutely no recollection of.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That name
makes
does
no
sound
sense.
familiar.
Yeah.
I had one.
And I didn't go to a very big high school.
I'm not giving out any names here, but a girl in, I don't know if it's my graduating class, went into the adult entertainment business on camera.
No!
And I didn't find out until like 10 years after
That's
the fact.
great.
How'd you find
Yeah.
out? Don't answer that.
Fritzy.
Yeah.
Fritzy my high school.
Was she a star?
I didn't
They're
do that
all
much
stars.
research.
You know,
on her.
there was a buddy of mine used to date a girl who years later went into the industry. And that was pretty amazing to
very
find
cool.
on the internet one day. Or so you get an email from somebody like, dude, check this out. And we're like, whoa, I know her.
We were on email chains.
She got all A's. She wasn't
Yeah.
very bright, but she seemed to get all
We were
A's.
going back for a reunion, and people were emailing who's going to be there, who's not. And someone sent a note, hey, is this girl going to be there? And then they said, well, she's doing this now. I'm like, whoa. We're very curious to see if she was going to walk in.
I have a total aside that I think is worth taking a moment for. Do you guys know I have a neighbor who is an adult superstar legend of all
Really?
time? Like, I don't even think she's
I know
still
about the
active.
models. I don't know about.
But
the
I have a
ones.
neighbor. I see her. She parks a car in the same garage. I see her all the time. I don't know her name.
Yeah,
Just her work.
But everyone knows. Oh, that's
good line.
so and so. I'll tell you guys after the show. America.
Does she have any
great line.
creative, personalized plate that she plays off of for what she does for a living?
Thank God it's me who lives there, not Fritzy. Because Fritzy would cause nothing but trouble.
That's it. You should get this
Fritzy
on
getting
your
Fritzy
license
McLovin
plate.
for the
man.
first time ever.
Yeah.
Well, my high school assumed I died long ago. I think it was a snowmobile accident. Coming up next, we are talking etiquette. Seton, you know what they taught me in my first etiquette class?
To drive a Ram 1500?
You better believe it. It was the Ram 1500 EcoDiesel, as a matter of fact. Oh, it can climb a hill, haul a trailer, and make you a classier human being. Plus, don't throw down your jacket. Throw the lady in the back of the truck. Take her over the puddle. The Ram 1500 EcoDiesel also opens doors. It's pretty messy, but it does. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts Glory Ram.
Had an incident at the Rangers game with the national anthem. Paulie and McLovin did.
Would you say something if the guy next to you didn't know kept his hat on?
No.
This guy in front of us turned around and he said, not at all politely, take your hat off.
Not to you guys.
No, to the guy 3 down from us.
Okay.
And it wasn't like, hey, dude, like a reminder, maybe you forgot. And then it went, take your hat off. Take your effing hat off. I'll take your hat off.
While the anthem is playing.
While it's playing.
So this guy's being disrespectful to the anthem about the guy being disrespectful, not taking his hat off.
That's right.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Box Score. Paulie, today you touched on one of the more awkward topics in sports, that is national anthem etiquette. At what point do you correct someone's behavior during the anthem?
You know, I don't think I would. I think if they want to be an idiot, they could do it on their own, and I would probably not say much about it. If someone was wearing their hat right next to me, I'm like, hey, man, that's your choice to be disrespectful, and it's not my choice. The whole point of America is letting people do kind of what they want without intruding on others, I think. I'm not trying to get too philosophical here, but if he wants to wear his hat and be disrespectful, I guess that's his call. I probably would say nothing, not because I'm scared of a confrontation, just because I don't think it's my business. It's also not cool to swear and yell at someone, berate them in front of people, and be more, I guess, insulting than the guy just wearing the hat. The guy wearing the hat didn't offend the whole section, and the kid sitting right next to McLovin, who was like 9. And the guy swearing, dropping the F-bomb, threatening the guy, probably was a little more offensive during the anthem.
Getting back to what they experienced at the at Game 7, a part of me feels bad that I put my son through. He thought he was very amused by it, and he thought it gave him like liberties to like repeat words that he was hearing by people sitting in the crowd. But we were at like I think it was like a Canucks game a year or 2 ago, and there was some really questionable language going on. And he could either get really upset by it or say I want to go home. But he took his reaction was totally the other way. He just thought it was the coolest thing that like every bad word in the book was just being sprayed around all over the place, and he just gave me that look like, I guess I can just say that whenever I want also while you're taking me for a hot dog.
This weekend I was at a barbecue, and I was talking with this one guy who's like really sort of like polite fella, like he doesn't curse, he doesn't really use any type of foul language or whatever. And he's like a real like gentleman kind of guy, And then this other dude came over who just had like the foulest mouth in the world and was talking to the 3 of us. And I was like, whoa, I know that I probably speak much more like that guy does.
Right.
But this is a much better look, like stop cursing so much. It really like stuck out to me like, dang man, you gotta chill out with your mouth.
The other thing that I find funny when you go to any sporting event, McLovin and I we had nice seats, but we were high up.
Yeah.
We were 50 rows up. And there's a guy yelling, "You stink, Stamkos," which he doesn't stink. He's awesome.
Right.
And he can't hear you.
Yeah, and the guy's gonna end up losing his voice,
But he
screaming,
said
yelling.
like, "F you, Stamkos."
Yeah.
Nice shift. And I'm almost sure Stamkos didn't hear a word he's saying.
Definitely not.
But what is it in you that needs to make yourself the center of attention?
When I went to the, remember the show did that thing where you could go to the All-Star game at Yankee Stadium with me, right?
Row 35.
And me and these 2 dudes are sitting there, and it's like, yeah, hey, what's up? We were literally there was one more row behind us, and that was the last row in the entire stadium. It was like, we were so far up, and the one guy sitting behind us in batting practice, Pujols, you're a bum!
Right.
You're a bum! I'm like, dude, you're a mile and a half
They've got
up.
other
There's
issues
no way
way
you can
beyond.
hear
And he's
you.
factually wrong. Pujols is not a bum.
He's not a bum. He's a great baseball player.
Yeah,
You're a bum! Pujols! Pujols! You're a bum!
And
Dude, shut
Or they try to
up.
say something, or they think they're being clever or witty, or they're trying to get other people to laugh, or they're holding up a sign that there's definitely no way anybody's going to see that thing on
Like, hey,
cardboard.
what
the
was
old-
that up there? What'd that say?
So stupid.
You agree?
Hey, see, there was an agreement today
I'm
that
totally
one
against
doesn't have to put their hand over their heart while they're singing the national anthem. Now, if you're holding a beer in one hand, what is the etiquette on taking a mid-anthem sip?
Oh, great question.
You can't wait
That's
a
a
minute.
great question. Now I'm trying to think, have I ever done that?
I know I have.
I probably
because
have.
think about the timing. You just got to the seat with your beer.
you're
It's
gonna-
full.
Like
it's
me.
cold.
I had that full beer.
You're drinking to America? I guess there's a way
Yeah,
you can
cheers.
It probably just happens unconsciously. Like you're probably not thinking
Yeah.
about it. You're just sitting there,
Wow. I don't think that's all that offensive, is it?
No, I think it's offensive to let a beer get warm.
Yeah.
That's much more offensive. You can move to another country,
call
but
it.
beer is beer.
Beer is beer.
Beer is beer. Hey, well, I'm issuing a challenge to every minor league baseball team out there. Book Todd Fritz. Please sing your national anthem. Coming up next, there is a battle atop the peak of Mount Headline. Welcome back to the box score. The weekend is long gone, but that doesn't change what we do here on Monday. So grab your lyrical weaponry, a steel chair, lead pipe, and some cookie dough, because it's delicious. Oh, and what the hell, some headlines. It's time for...
Mark Headline Battle Royale!
The days change, but the rules stay the same. Here we go. Our first headline. The Lightning and the Blackhawks both win Game 7 and advance to the Stanley Cup Final. Let's start off with Seton.
Okay, well, wait. We're throwing a little twist into the competition today.
Ooh, lemon twist.
Paul and I didn't do our mock headlines until about 30 seconds ago.
Because we're eating.
We were eating, so we're actually going to split our time. Paul's going to do 1 and 3. I'm going to go 2 and 4, and we're going to combine team effort.
Very good.
So with that backdrop, here we go. A little shout out to the band Live and Ed Kowalski. Lightning crashes, and Patrick King wins again. Ed Kowalski reference.
Oh, come on. McLovin, your headline.
The placenta falls.
Lightning strikes twice and win over Rangers. 2-0 win over Rangers. Blackhawks do whatever Blackhawks do 5 times and 5-3 win over Ducks.
Okay. Yeah. I got it.
That's safe. All right, Fritzy.
Roadhouse. Visitors felt right at home in deciding games.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yeah. Second headline is Josh Hamilton hits a walk-off double to help Rangers beat the Red Sox. Fritzy, it's all yours.
Oh, boy.
Make it a double. Josh makes up for off-season on the rocks.
Hi, my name is Josh, and I have a problem.
Very
He's
insensitive.
seeking help. McLovin.
I'm going to up the insensitivity bar times 100.
Yes.
Crystal method to his madness. Hamilton knew what he was doing going back to Rangers.
You guys should be ashamed of yourself, both of you.
That
These
is
are
a,
legitimate, serious problems that people
sick.
deal with. In
yeah, New Jack levels. This would be Seton, I would guess.
There's nothing funny about that.
We're trying to restore a little dignity to this show.
Please.
Angels marijuana him back?
Look at that. I have 8 ball. Study shows Hamilton goes yard 3.5 times more in Texas.
Wow.
It's a little,
Derek Faria, that's my contact. All right, third headline. Former Packers coach Mike Sherman takes Massachusetts high school coaching job. Let's see, it would be Paulie again, yes.
American Pie reference, the Shermanator, former Pack head coach back in high school.
School's out forever.
Done.
Fritzy.
Cheesy move. Former Pack coach takes Lambeau leap backward.
Strong.
Cheesy move. The head coach of the Packers. That was coaching Massachusetts.
That was a Gouda headline. McLovin.
A Gouda headline.
Sherman tanking his career, packing in to coach at lesser level, Mike to coach Tykes, prepping for prep career. Who really gives a crap anyway?
Andrew, well done.
Right there.
Well
Friday
done.
Night Tykes, available on Esquire, right here on DirecTV. Our fourth and final headline. San Andreas wins big. Aloha bombs at box office. McLovin, fire away.
Not Cameron Crowe's San Andreas' fault that Aloha had to square off against the Rock.
Who's at fault for this turkey?
Oh. Fritzy.
I had something similar. Not his fault. The Rock's earthquake flick says goodbye to Aloha.
Goodbye to that headline. Is this Seton finishing us off?
Might as well make it a trifecta with that one. Aloha, question mark? More like adios. Cast says it's not their fault.
Today's mock headline master is
This whole court is out of
McLovin.
Attaboy, Andrew. We're proud of you, pal.
I had to lower myself to Crystal Method jokes.
Mike Coach Tykes. Crystal Method.
All right, don't go away. We're talking pranks next. We had a bi-coastal prank war. There's one rule, gentlemen. Keep your hands off my Ram Heavy Duty. That's right, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, it'll out-prank any truck on the market. Guts glory. Ram, gotcha. Welcome back to the Box Score, closing up shop here. Last week, the sports world sort of cracked a smile hearing about the arrest of the FIFA officials in Switzerland. Now, ex-FIFA vice president, I think it was Jack Warner, am I right? Jack Warner dropped a video on Facebook and said that the United States was going to get an impromptu World Cup because of all of this, but his source was an article from The Onion. McLovin, have you ever fallen for a satirical headline and tried to pitch it to the rest of the group?
Wow, I probably have. Nothing's jumping to mind. I told a story, by the way. There was one time there was a Bert is Evil photo made like huge. You know, Bert, does anyone remember Bert is Evil, where they put pictures of Bert from Bert and Ernie into historical situations? And somebody blew that up into a huge like logo poster by accident. But I have not fallen for myself, although I will now that I bragged that I did.
Nice.
Hey, Seton, how often do other media outlets take comedy from your show as intended serious content?
A lot, actually, I think. Well, not necessarily serious content, but a lot of times we'll say something joking. I know I get it all the time, and I'll say something obviously joking, and someone will send me some kind of note being like, hey,
what's the matter with you?
You know, whatever. Or like most recently I got yelled at by a bunch of people, because you know how I like to do the hang up bit? And the guy was just like, hey, Paulie, I want to talk soccer for a second, so I just hung up on him.
Right.
I just think it's funny, you know, like there's no...
This guy was on hold for 2 hours.
And I got this like long note being like, just because you don't like soccer doesn't mean it doesn't have a place in the American sports landscape, and like all of this crap.
Give him a voice.
I'm like, dude, it's just a joke. I just want to hear the dial tone. It's funny. It makes people laugh.
Once or twice a year.
That's it. It's a little rude. All right, okay, I'll give you that, but it's funny.
Brock, it works the other way, too. People can't tell when we're serious. Like, when we broke the news of John Clayton's ponytail years ago, people were like, oh, you guys are joking. Why pile on John Clayton? I mean, we would not do that. John's actually a really nice guy. We've all worked with him before, Dan especially.
It's factual.
It's a factual thing. And I don't know where it is now because I don't work with John. But, I mean, people are like, oh, why are you guys making fun of John Clayton work? No, we're not. We're just saying he has a ponytail. Why not own it and embrace it? And if you'll notice, years later when they made that Anthrax commercial, boom, who was right, who was wrong? We were right.
It's like that SportsCenter anchor that we know has a vestigial tail, but we haven't broken it yet, but we can. We're just waiting for evidence.
Not going to give out his or her name.
Yeah.
Rachel Nichols has full sleeve tattoos, by the way.
Yeah.
That was another one.
Hidden that for
we
years.
reported that for a long time.
I don't want to bring up the certain broadcaster who has 6 toes either. That one.
Oh, no.
I'm not staying.
This is polite society, gentlemen. Hey, Paulie, has there been a prank caller in show history to get Dan as bad as that Steve Bartman call on SportsCenter?
No, we haven't gotten pranked too many times on radio. That seems like a complicated thing to do. I guess now we will, but
it's kind of a lame thing to do nowadays. Like it's already been there, like been there, done that. Like what?
Yeah, we've had like we haven't had Captain Jenks from the Stern Show who got Dan has never tried it with us on radio. I think he respects Dan, and he got him once, and that would be piling on. Captain Jenks is the best in the business at this. He can bypass almost any security. As a guy who watches the Stern Show, I was
Jason Bourne.
Yeah,
he bypass any security.
He can. He got on the SportsCenter.
Yeah, no.
He has a thing. This guy, he's a professional prank caller. He has a thing that lets him put fake return numbers on caller ID, which is a game changer. Yeah. So he uses, like when he called from Bartman, he put down a 312 or a 708 area code for Chicago. And that was step one in checking where a call came. Because I've gotten calls before. I remember a long time ago, Mark McGuire. If I saw like a 312 area code for Mark McGuire, I'm like, well, that's Chicago. Why would Mark McGuire be calling for Chicago? But he had a 310, and that's an LA County. Step one in checking whether the caller's real is the caller ID.
Well, you have to be thorough, and I'm sure McLovin is very thorough, but apparently the I-Team West Coast has uncovered a situation where McLovin was actually pranked.
Well, can we slow it down?
No. This is all effect. Wait till you see this coming out. Crisp.
White on white?
White on white?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's Dwayne Allen, the tight end.
Hey,
It's gonna
McLovin.
make it a little tricky for the refs.
McLovin.
Yeah.
What's the date today?
Look
Wait.
at you.
Wait a second.
Oh, you didn't know that this was April Fool's Day?
I knew that. I just thought. White makes you look faster or slower. Which is it?
Back row. Come on.
Yeah, I was got, I think. Or did I know all along? You decide.
Question
I wish I
mark.
didn't know about the boy under the desk.
Anyone else get got there?
I totally did. It's like, I don't like that at all. It's really hard to see the numbers. That's going to be hard for the officials to, like, decide who made the penalty.
All right, so Mr. Catfish, who is on tomorrow?
Ooh, speaking of being had.
Orlando Magic
Jennifer
head
Love
coach
Hewitt.
Scott Skiles will join us. We may hear from our friend from Inside the Glass, who may be there right now as we speak from the NHL and NBC, Pierre McGuire.
He may be inside the glass right
He
now.
may
He just
literally
hangs out there. Just
He may
hours
already
before the
be
game.
2 days,
Sleeping bag?
2 full days
Yes.
before the game. He likes to set up about 48
Sleep
hours ahead.
standing
Likes to
up
get
in
there
that little
early,
box.
spread his papers out,
Exactly.
make sure he's got his
He
computer
sits
right,
behind the glass.
printer works.
Thank you,
Time where the
gentlemen. We
bathroom
are
is.
back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on Audience Channel 239. The podcast available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Stand back, my brother.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!